This is the Jaybird Show. Hello, my name is Jesse Oglesby. This is Jay Schwartz. And this is Jose Oglesby. First we're going to talk about the Mariners. The Mariners made a trade for catcher Carlos Ruiz.
Right.
So now,
Don't like that trade.
I think it's okay. Well, let me tell you something. At least they didn't give up like Nelson Cruz, Kyle Seager, or Robinson
Who did they give
to make this to make this trade.
All right, so here's why I don't like the trade. So they got basically a backup catcher, which you can pick off the waiver wires for which we learned last year when they traded for another backup catcher, and they gave up a left-handed pitcher who's been more than serviceable. Left-handed relief pitchers are in short supply. They don't have any other left-handed relief pitchers, so they have all righties. Except for that guy who's like ambidextrous and he's bad with both arms. Isn't that his story?
No, Pat Van Denny.
Yeah, he can't pitch with either arm. And so that's why I don't like that trade. I mean, why would you trade a pretty decent reliever? But it seemed like they didn't like him because he didn't pitch much in August and September. I don't know. Maybe it was something up with him and the management, because it seemed like they didn't use him much last year.
Wait.
May I?
What?
I think Jay is absolutely right. This trade reminds me a lot of Steve Clevenger for Mark Trumbo. Come on.
Right.
Come on.
What would have been worse? Let me ask you a question.
Well, not any worse.
What would have been worse? What if they had traded Nelson Cruz, Robinson Cano, or Kyle Seager to make one of these moves?
Well,
yeah, I'd say that, but that doesn't mean it.
I mean,
to get a backup catcher?
They weren't going to do that. that would have been even worse. Okay.
Actually,
but Miguel Nuno is really a useful player.
Right. And I like Ruiz. I thought they should have got him last year, but I don't think they should have given up anything for him.
Hey, was Ruiz a free agent last year?
No, but Phillies wanted to trade him, and they did trade him.
They did to LA.
And he's a legitimately good backup, but at this point in his career, but you can get Iannetta would have been fine to catch 50 games a year.
But even now, right? The catching. Who are the catchers for Mariners?
Zunino, their catchers have not been very good.
But you know who's getting better though. I like Sucre. Jesus Sucre had a good year.
Jesus Sucre. I think that was just
30 times.
And I think that was just a fluke. I think it was a fluke.
Yeah, Jesus Sucre is the best defensive catcher the Mariners have.
Well, who cares about defense if they are hitting zero? Who cares? Defense is irrelevant if they're hitting zero. He did, but I think that was just a fluke. It was a fluke.
Okay. I guess that also means that Steve Clevenger probably won't make the team this year.
Yeah, I think he's good.
Yeah, he's gonna be gone. I still think that trade may have cost the Mariners the playoff.
Oh, it did.
It did.
And did it cost them the division?
Probably.
Well, I don't know about the division, because Texas won 96 games or something. But yeah, they probably would have definitely won another 3 or 4 games with Trumbo at first base than with.
So what's the next move?
What's the Mariners' next move? They need a shortstop.
I know, on a scale of 1 to 10. Oh wait, hold on. Let me ask you this question. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 is Jerry DiPoto is no doubt gonna make the right operations, and 10 is I have serious doubts in them. On a scale of 1 to 10, what are you at?
Last year, I wasn't very happy with his stuff, but I'll still give him like a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay, you're a 6.
I was like a 4 last year. I moved up 2 points because of a sucker for wins, but I know it had nothing. Maybe he'll get some guys that'll help. I didn't like a lot of the moves he made last year.
Yeah.
What are you?
I'm at a 9.
a 9.
Whoa,
You think?
you're really down on him.
Oh, 9 is the nine's the bad.
9 is bad, yeah.
Oh, I'm like a 4 then.
Why are you at a 4? Why are you at a 4?
Well, he made the team. He took over a team that had no farm system and not a lot of prospects. They had no bullpen. I actually do like the bullpen he has right now, and he does have 6 potential starters going into next year.
Who cares about potential starters? They may not turn out. They may not pan out.
I'm just saying, he at least the team was better than what he inherited. So in that sense, I got to give him some credit.
A lot of his moves though were like
on a scale of 1 to 10, one meaning that there is.
He improved first base.
No, he couldn't. No, he didn't. He didn't.
Oh yes, they were.
No, he didn't. We had Mark Trumbo.
No. What I'm saying is, the first base this year was better than the first base last year.
Yeah.
So he improved first base.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. They had a terrible first baseman. They had what's his name, Morrison. Smoke Morrison.
But then that's when Jack Zurunchik acquired Trumbo, and now look.
Yeah, but Trumbo, he acquired Trumbo. Trumbo played the outfield.
that was Jack's mistake, right?
Yeah.
He had the guy put in the best position.
He should have just made him play first base.
And you have to look at what Trumbo did the second half of the year. He was terrible. He was just awful,
But he was great the first half.
Oh yeah, he was great the first half. He was terrible. I think he batted like 190.
So where to now? What do we do with What do we do with A-Hole?
No, you just forget Daly, forget Adam Lind. You make the big splash, baby, and get Encarnacion. I don't care how much money
where is he going to play?
First base, I guess. He's saying first.
Oh yeah.
I want. Yes.
Saying let go of Dejo and let go of
Adam Lind. Get Encarnacion.
You know what though?
No,
you think Encarnacion wants to come? Number 1.
He wants too much money.
He wants too much money.
Wait, what? Money isn't the problem, especially now that they have a new TV deal.
There's limitations.
Right?
Wait. What? But number 2, how do you know Encarnacion wants to come here?
Right, why would he want to come here?
Wait, how is that a problem?
He might not want to come here.
Well, I don't want to sign a guy who's 33 years old to a 5 or 6 year contract. And you'll be winding up paying Cano and Carson like $50 million a year when they're 39 years old, and they won't be productive, and you'll have a third of your salary on 2 guys that won't be productive. So the Mariners have an opportunity to get younger, not older.
No, but last year, it's fair to say that last year that I think this will get them over the top, because it's fair to say last year that the Mariners underachieved because they did not make the playoffs.
Well, but you look at, they were actually one of the better hitting teams in the American League last year.
Well, Texas was what I think Texas was a little bit better.
Who was Texas first? Who was the first base for Texas?
Moreland.
He's not great shakes.
No, but he bats about 260 with 20.
He's decent.
Right.
What I'm saying is the Mariners. I think they need to give this kid Vogelback a chance.
Yeah,
that's he's gonna turn into Justin Smoke. That's why I'm at a 10. That's why I have no trust whatsoever in Dipoto.
So I understand that. If you have no trust in Dipoto's ability to spot talent, then yeah, you're gonna think that's terrible. If you think that Dipoto is the next coming of Theo Epstein, then you go, well, maybe they should play.
Oh, he's not. I know he worked with Theo Epstein in Boston when he helped the Red Sox break the Bambino curse.
I don't think so. Was he in Boston?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Well, the thing was that his record at LA was not that great, but they spent a lot of money on guys that he probably didn't want to get.
Yeah, the other thing in LA was he really didn't have full control.
Right. Wait. What happened to him in LA? I don't know how. How did he not have full control? I'm not sure.
You know who the big guy in LA
manager
is? Mike Scioscia. Mike Scioscia calls the shots.
Yeah.
Whoever he wants, he gets.
Mike and Artie, right?
Mike and Artie.
Arnie Moreno.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the owner.
Yeah. The owner kind of has a lot of control. I guess.
Yes,
The owner and the manager have a lot of control in LA.
So
that's why I believe he gone to a
that makes me skeptical of him because of the guy. LA has the worst farm system in baseball, and it was a farm system while he was there. But again, he lost a lot of high draft picks because they went out and signed Hamilton and Pujols and all these other guys. So, but you still can put a farm system together. You know, all the guys like on the Cubs, they weren't all #1 picks. Now they had a few #1 picks, first round picks.
No, Seager was drafted by the Mariners.
Yeah, but that was Zarenzik.
Cano was a Zarenzik guy.
No, he traded for Cano, right?
I still give him some. I still give him.
So wait. Are you saying you think Jack Zarenzik is a better GM than Jerry DiPolo?
Well, I'm not. I'm saying the stuff that he does on paper is.
I don't think you can say that.
Oh, I don't think. I'm not really saying that, but I'm just saying. I mean, you know who I think is a better GM? I think I'm a better GM.
We all agree with that.
We'll hire you, of course. But
the problem is that I wouldn't be hired because my fantasy football team stinks.
Well, they can only look at your record.
I tell you, Jesse, there's a lesson there.
Right.
Do you know why your fantasy team is not that good?
Why?
Because you were too loyal. You drafted all Seahawks.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Which is like, no, in a fantasy team you gotta draft the good guys all over.
Although Noah, who's the head of his fantasy league, he's 1-8 this year in his fantasy team. Ask him how his fantasy team.
Yeah, we need to have Noah on as a guest to talk fantasy football.
You know.
Okay, yeah, and
he's the commissioner.
Yeah, okay. Speaking of on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm at a 9 because I'm at a 9 for how much trust I have in him because number one, he didn't know what he was doing when he traded Trumbo. Number two is because Aoki didn't pan out. Leonis Martin, he was great defensively, but
wait. I'm gonna challenge you on that.
What?
I think Aoki had a decent year. He was.
He played terrible the first half, though. It was terrible.
But by the end of the season, his numbers were at his career high.
Yeah, but the thing was he only batted against righties after they brought him up. So he had great numbers. Well, he batted like 350 after.
Well, you know what, and another reason is because he puts in too much. He puts in too much platoons. We need to have a clear lineup. I want to pencil a lineup where you can pencil in everyone day in and day out. I don't want to have.
No. You gotta engage everybody.
Challenge me.
I challenge you on that. If you do that, then all your guys those guys cannot play 162 games like that. You're gonna have some subs.
The great Mariners team that won 116 games. What was so great about them was they had a great bench and they all played like. You had guys from the bench that played 90 games a year. McLemore, you had Javier. You had guys that, but
you should have. Well, I have the solution. You have bench for like, you use your bench for like outfielders, like a hands team. Like if you're in the lead, like you put in these players to field for fielding.
Yeah. All right, so let's go on and say. What do the Mariners have to do this year? Forget about you not having confidence in them. What would you besides signing
Encarnacion?
Wait, before we do that, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 is there's no doubt he's gonna make the right operations, and 10 is I have serious doubts in him. What's your confidence level?
I'm at a 5.
I'm about 4 or 5. Yeah.
Why are you at a 5?
I'm at 5 because I just think that he did some good things last year, and hoping he'll do more good things this year. But he'll probably make some mistakes. So.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna make mistakes.
When do you think is the next year the Mariners are gonna challenge for the playoffs?
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's next year.
You mean?
Or I don't know. Or
Well, if they do challenge next year, then you would have to say he did a good job, right?
Right.
Well,
They challenged this year. They challenged.
They challenged.
Well, that way 2 years. They challenged the same way 2 years ago.
3 years ago.
I know.
They challenged that way after 07 when play checkers.
So Jesse, I think my guess is that it's gonna take like 2 or 3 years. If the polo does the right things, it's gonna take 2 or 3 years for them to get to that point.
But I think 2 or 3 years down the road. Well, Cruz has what? How many? 2 years on his contract.
Yeah, he's got 2 years.
So he'll be gone. Cano will be like 37 years old.
This team won't be productive in the next 2 to 3 years.
Well,
that's my problem.
Well, you're absolutely right. When they signed Cano, they went to be all in, and now it's getting kind of late. You're right.
All right, so maybe they go all in and they get, like, say they sign Chapman and have a super bullpen.
Yeah, I think that if
they don't have to give up. They don't have to give up a draft.
I don't have any trust. I don't have any trust that he's gonna do that.
No, I tell you what's gonna happen with Chapman. What do you think is gonna happen with Chapman? I think he's going back to the Yankees.
No, he's gonna stay with the Cubs.
No, he's gonna go to the Mariners. He should go to them. The Poto should sign him.
Just seeing the great bullpen they would have.
But okay, so that's your moves. Sign Encarnacion and Chapman.
And if it fails,
and Desmond too. And Desmond.
Signing and Desmond too. You're right. Okay. I tell you what.
And money is not a problem because of the new TV deal.
I believe
so. Don't use money as an excuse.
I want
operations.
I want, and I will agree with you that if he signs those 3 players, the Mariners will be in the hunt. Really?
But let's talk about not signing free agents because let's assume that they don't. And they do need, what do they need? They need a shortstop, and they need probably a right-handed hitting outfielder or first baseman. So they think they're going to keep Romero be the first baseman, outfielder?
Maybe they could try. What about DJ Peterson?
DJ Peterson is not much of a hitter. He kind of bombed. He's not that. He hasn't been very productive. But Romero, they got to either keep him or cut him.
Cut him.
He batted 300 in the minors.
Cut him.
What do you want from him? They're trying to get Deo back, but Deo wants to be an everyday.
Deo, cut him.
Yeah, just get the big fist. Just get that big fist.
I agree with you. I think give it to Vogelback.
So it's Vogelback, but they do need another right.
Vogelback and get DJ Peterson up there.
Yeah. No, he hasn't produced at all, Peterson.
I challenge him.
Oh God, he was challenged. They moved him up to AAA, and he didn't do well there.
Anyway, I think we've covered the Mariners pretty good.
Well, they need a shortstop though.
Wait. You said something before that. What else did you want to talk about?
No, just needed. I said they need a shortstop.
How are they going to get a shortstop?
I don't know. It seems very difficult to find it.
Ketel Marte is okay. He's young.
He was pretty bad.
I don't trust him. Yeah.
Well, I'd like to go back to AAA.
He played terrible.
Well, I got a solution for you since we're imagining. Let's get Corey Seager. What the hell?
Well, he's under control of the Dodgers for the next 25
years. He's under team control. He can't get him.
Can't touch him. Why didn't we draft him?
Because he was drafted in the first round.
We should have drafted him. That's why I want to go back and change. That's another thing I would change. Drafted, just like in 1984.
He was drafted ahead of the Mariners pick that year.
I see.
The Dodgers had, he was drafted like 6th or 7th. The Mariners picked after him. I'm sure they would have drafted him. He was highly regarded.
Okay, so who are the other free agent shortstops, Jesse?
There aren't any. Really? Ramirez who's 37, and
who?
The guy from the White Sox.
Yeah, he's dead.
Alexei Ramirez.
Nah, you can.
Forget him.
And another old, washed-up shortstop. So there's nobody out there really. So that's the problem.
Well, Zach Cozart.
We have
Cozart.
Maybe they can renew that trade. But what I read today was that they said they ran out of time, but the article I read said that Cincinnati just wasn't that interested in the trade.
Everyone who wants to trade the Mariners wants Taijuan Walker or
Taijuan Walker wasn't. Taijuan Walker wasn't. Taijuan Walker. It looked like for the first 2 months he was going to turn into Corey Kluber, but then that didn't happen.
But he's still young, though.
Yeah.
He's still, it took Corey Kluber a long time to be really good.
How many years when did he first come up?
I'm not sure, but it's been a while.
2012? He won the Cy Young in 2014.
Is that true? Wow, Jess.
Took him 3 years.
He won the Cy Young.
It took him 3 years to get...
Wait, 2011. No, he came up in 2011, excuse me.
2011 to 2014. It took him 4 years.
3 years.
Taiwan
14, 15. Yeah, I think maybe you could...
So Taiwan is still in his second year, right? Pretty much.
Good.
No, 13,
Right.
16...
But he didn't pitch that much. I mean,
And 13 and
Taiwan has
14.
still got upside.
And 13 and 14.
I want to hang on to Taiwan and
Well, they're not. They are going to hang on to them. They're not trading Paxson or what.
or Taiwan.
Yeah.
Why? They weren't that good this year. They weren't that good.
I know, but they're going to be good in the future. And in the meantime, Felix is going down.
Well, maybe he'll. They said he's going to start conditioning differently, which means he's going to start conditioning. So,
How did the conditioning affect them? How did the conditioning
I don't
affect
know.
them?
I think his fastball is obviously gone. So I don't know.
Well, is that what caused him to get injured?
No, I'm
No.
just thinking he just doesn't
What
have
caused
it
him to
anymore.
get injured?
I don't know. Lack of conditioning probably caused him to get injured. He did look a little out of shape.
Maybe,
But you know,
maybe during
he's
a
always looked
workout
out of
or
shape.
something.
But though, I tell you, my comp for Felix to me is I hope he turns into Bartolo Colon.
Right, I knew you were going to say it.
Bartolo Colon is like older than God, and he's still
And he's been out of shape for 20 years.
right, and he's still getting people out. I don't know how.
Right. But Felix doesn't have a fastball. So that changeup doesn't work if you don't have a fastball. You know, you're throwing your fastball at 89 and your changeup at 86.
Well, it doesn't matter how fast your fastball is. Paxson throws like 99 and people still hit it.
I understand that though.
Walker throws 90
But why Felix was so effective?
effective?
But why Felix was so effective before was people were afraid of his fastball. So when he threw the changeup and the curve or whatever else he threw, they weren't really expecting it. Now they don't have to worry about the fastball anymore, so they can wait on the pitch, and so because of that, he's not throwing the ball over the plate because they can hit him now.
Right.
He doesn't have so it's a dual thing. He's putting more guys on base. He's throwing a lot more pitches because he's trying to hit the corners, and he doesn't have that. Fastball was the pitch he had the most control with, and I think he's afraid to throw it because it's not that fast anymore.
That's true.
That's probably
But I don't know. I think he could reinvent himself like a Greg Maddox or a.
Well, yeah, Maddox had like a 90.
Pedro Martinez?
No, Pedro was pretty fast,
Pedro was pretty fast, but towards the end of his career, Pedro was not as fast.
but he still was throwing
He was-
harder than.
Yeah, no, he was. No, I think Greg Maddox or Colon or Bartolo. I think.
Yeah, well, I would rather see him emulate Maddox than Cologne.
Yeah.
All right.
So, what's the next topic?
The next topic will be can the Seahawks win the Super Bowl without a running game? Can the Seahawks win the Super Bowl without a running game?
No.
Well, what was the last team to do that?
The New England Patriots.
Yeah, the most hated team.
Oh, that's right. The Patriots didn't have
the most hated team.
When they beat us, they didn't have a running game.
No.
That game, they couldn't run us.
No, but I think LeGarrette Blount has developed though.
Well, the thing is that it's easier for him to run because everybody's trying to stop the pass when they play them. The Seahawks, they don't have the offensive line that can generate a running game. So
well, you know what,
I
I can generate a good offensive line.
Oh.
Because maybe not, because I would get too much holding penalties.
Well, they already get enough holding penalties.
That guy Fant, who started 2 days ago. The last time he started a football game was in 8th grade, and then he went from the 8th grade to the NFL.
Wow.
Wow.
Wait, no, he played other football, didn't he?
No, he was a basketball player at Western Kentucky, and he didn't play until his senior year, and he didn't start there. He was not the start. He was not on the starting outfit.
And he didn't play with anyone before the Seahawks?
No, he went on. This is his first year in the NFL.
Wow.
Wow.
And they showed clips of him the other day on the basketball court.
What are you talking about?
Fant, who's the
George Fant.
now the left guard, and he holds almost in every play, or he gets beat if he doesn't hold.
I heard that he was going like up to the coach like, wait, did I do that right?
Well, no, he didn't play football all in college until his senior year, and he actually his fifth year he stayed another year.
And what would happen to him? Would he get hold?
Well, no, yeah,
he's been getting a lot of holding calls.
He's been a little.
Or he was getting beat by his guy.
He was getting beat by his guy. The left tackle is like a hard position because usually the best offensive lineman is there. So their offensive line their pass protection has been somewhat adequate, but they can't run block. So when you watch Michael, he's got no holes out there, and he's not like Marshawn. He's not going to like run over people. So
you know what?
Wait. But there's a hope, right?
What?
What's the hope?
Who's gonna come back
Rawls?
next week?
Well, Rawls will come
Thomas
back, but
Rawls.
you can't run if there's no holes.
Rawls will come back against
Rawls
Philadelphia, the most hated baseball team. Home of the most hated baseball team.
Philadelphia?
Phillies. The Phillies, because they
Who
were.
hates them?
You know why? Because the Mariners are gonna get Steven Strasburg, and
Oh,
the
yeah,
Phillies
that's
caused the
it.
Nationals to have the worst record.
If the Phillies would have not lost that game.
No, the idiot Mariners didn't win 3 in a row at the end of the year. I mean, what kind of management? You go there, really? You know, I'm the GM of that team, and I go down there and I'm saying, you want your job next year, you got to lose all these games. You start the shortstop and pitcher if you have to. We're not going to win any of these games. I mean, it was pretty simple.
That was pretty sad.
It was not the Phillies' fault.
Don't blame the Phillies.
It was the Mariners' fault for actually winning 3 games when they were a game up. Right.
All right. Now the Seahawks.
So Rawls is coming back, and I think that's going to help.
Oh no, you can't count on Rawls. You know why?
Why?
And why? Because the same way you can't count on James Paxton.
Why
Well, I don't know. Yeah, they're coming back. They were both coming back from injury. I can see the reasoning there.
Right.